Hey, what's up guys, it's me Alison and welcome back to my channel. If you guys haven't subscribed down below and if you guys are interested with fashion, beauty, lifestyle, foundation review and hauls video, don't forget to click that subscribe button down below and also click the ring bell button to get a notification whenever I upload a new video on my channel. So for today's video, I'm doing a foundation review and it has been a minute since I do a foundation review on my channel. So for today's video, I am trying this Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator Tinted Skin Fill Foundation on my skin today and see how it reacts on my semi-oily skin during this winter time. So if you guys are interested how this works on my skin and if it's worth the purchase, then let's keep on watching. Alright, so let's get into the packaging. So this packaging with Wet n Wild, it is very basic. It's actually not much to talk about. It kind of just like a back into the days kind of squeezy bottle drugstore foundation. So this is what it looks like. And now on my face, I already prepped with my skincare and I already put on this Becca under eye brightener to cancel my dark circle and also this Sisley Double Tans primer, and this is something that it's really good during the winter time, so I rave about this. And for concealer today, I'll be using this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. So before foundation, I always like to go in with my concealer first, just kind of marinate and give it a little bit more coverage. So there you have it, my concealer is on. And then now let's get into the foundation application. Alright, so usually with this kind of tinted hydrator kind of foundation, it applies better with brush. So I'm going to try with the brush on this side of my face first and see how I like it. And then I might go in with a sponge later on. So again, I have this in the shade medium tan and hopefully it will match my skin tone. And it's very nice that it comes in a seal. Now that it's like we're in COVID, I believe a lot of you guys want to make sure this is something new before you apply it onto your skin. This is what it looks like on the foundation. Actually, the texture is kind of like a cream texture, but it's not too heavy or too light. So texture wise, I feel like it wins. It feels good and it kind of have a little scent on it. A very light scent, but it's not like a fragrance scent. It kind of smells like a regular cream, what it smells like. So now I'm just gonna go in and use my brush application. So while we're going into the brush application, I'm gonna talk about what is this foundation. So first off, I did purchase mine on Outer.com, and this foundation, it retails for $5.99. So this is the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator Tinted Skin Fill. And the only downside with this foundation, it only comes in 5 shades. I feel like with a lot of tinted moisturizer, it comes in really like narrow shade range. So this foundation, it only comes in 5 shades, and I feel like a lot of tinted moisturizer tends to comes in a very narrow shade range. I'm not sure why, but I don't think that's okay because even I'm the person that I always find my shade with the drugstore and I'm blessed with that, but I actually struggle with this color or the color lighter than this, which is light medium, and light medium is definitely too light for my skin tone because it's more like pinky, neutral and more light, and I do have this redness on my skin, so I wanted to go with the medium tan shade, and it feels like it kind of works on my yellow skin tone, like yellowish neutral skin tone, but you guys can see actually there's a difference on the shade. So again, that's the only downside of the shade range with this tinted moisturizer. And a little bit about this foundation, or I should say tinted hydrator. It is an oil-free tinted hydrator with hyaluronic acid and vegan squalane. Squalane is very popular, it's a thing now, and it's also a one-way ticket to quench perfection. Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. It is a beautiful sheer to medium coverage with a semi-matte finish for a naturally flawless and nourished glow. Okay, I'm very into what they are claiming, which is sheer to medium coverage. It's more of a semi-matte finish, which is perfect for this winter season. So here also it says simple tap blend and build your preference coverage for hydrate, radiant, and instant perfection. And the key benefit of this foundation is oil-free, hydrating with hyaluronic acid and vegan squalane. Provides buildable sheer to medium coverage, and it's a semi-matte finish for all skin types. So with all those claims, it feels like this foundation is perfect for my oily skin during the winter time, and squalane is a very good ingredient and it has been a hype ingredients right now in the market. And I do actually use squalane ingredients in my nighttime routine, so I've been loving it. But this is what it looks like on one side of my face. You guys can see the color is not a perfect match, but I feel like this is a perfect color for me from the shade range, just because I do have redness on the skin and I do have more of a yellow and little towards the neutral tone of a skin tone. So actually I do believe using a brush it will give me a lot more coverage, just because it's more like a hydrator, like a cream formula, and with a sponge usually just absorb all the product. But we're gonna try it out as well. So on this side of my face, I'm gonna use my e.l.f. sponge to see the coverage. You guys can see it instantly gives me a little bit more dewy finish than the brush side. Alright, so you guys can see the finish of it. On this side, it's a very sheer finish. It gives me more of a dewy look, and compared to this side, it gives me a little bit more coverage on my acne. And compared to this side of my face, my acne is peeking through the foundation, and it gives just a tiny little bit more coverage. So with this foundation, I would suggest using a brush for your first application, and then to blend it in and to combine all the foundation, make sure it blends well throughout your face, I would use a beauty blender. Alright, let's go in with the brush application once again and blend it to the neck just to match the color. This is a little too tan, but I feel like with this color I can use it all year long. I just have to blend it to my neck. Alright, so before I set my face, this is what it looks like. And first off, the color is a little bit off, and I feel like I can wear this during this like summertime and also like during the seasonal change. I feel like this shade is like the best shade that it matches with my skin tone. I just feel like the light medium is a little too light, and usually with lighter foundation for my face, it just enhances those acne scar. So this is just my own preference. So this is what it looks like on the face. And first off, I want to say I do love the texture of the foundation, what it feels like, and it feels not like a heavy cream foundation, but at the same time, once it's on the skin, you don't feel like a texture or layer on top of the skin. So I really like that. It gives me a very nice like settle finish, but it's not too matte at the same time. And also it feels like my skin, I would say this foundation, it gives me a little bit more coverage than a lot of tinted moisturizer. But again, I do have a lot of acne going on these days, so it doesn't necessarily cover up the acne scar. Alright, so with that being said, I'm gonna set my face with loose setting powder, and I'm gonna cover up my dark spot on the face, and then I'll come back and check with you guys. Alright guys, so this is the final look with the full face makeup on, and honestly, I haven't been putting on makeup for so long. I don't know what I'm doing. I was trying to use a blush like this, but it's way too tan with my skin color right now, so it doesn't show. I would just looks like a hot mess with a fake tan on top of my face. So this is the final look, and the foundation, I would say it blends very nicely. And I normally do set my foundation with a loose setting powder, so today I'm going with this Kylie Jenner loose setting powder, and I'm almost out of it, so I'm just like trying to finish this up. But the foundation, it looks very nice, and it doesn't move around when I apply my blush, my contour, everything on top. It looks very nice. So I do like the texture and the foundation, how it looks on the skin right now. And just the color on the foundation is a little off with my skin tone. But right now I'm just gonna wear this throughout the day, and then I'll give you guys a check-in and see how this wear and if it stay put on my semi-oily skin during this winter time. So I'll check back in with you guys later. Alright guys, I'm back here for the final check-in and I have this foundation on with me for about 8 hours mark. So this is what the foundation looks like after wearing throughout the day. So I do get a little bit oily during the day and I did blot once, and it's pretty normal for my face to get a little bit oily, especially with those kind of foundation that it has hyaluronic acid or squalane. They usually get me a little bit oily with these ingredients because again I do have oily skin, so usually I would just go with a more semi-matte or towards to matte finish of a foundation and set it with loose setting powder. But this is what it looks like after one blot on the face. I still have a little natural oil comes through, but I don't think this would be a foundation that it's good for summertime. Especially I do produce more oil during the summertime, so in this winter season this is a little bit oily. I can still handle it and I don't produce as much oil, so this would be something that I think I can only wear it during the winter time. But first of all, I do want to say I love the texture of this foundation. It feels like a cream finish and it's not heavy at all. It feels like something that you just put it on your skin. It feels comfortable, and I feel like with someone who have like normal to dry skin, you guys might like this. So even though it says a sheer to medium coverage, I would say this is towards to more of a light medium, like barely touch into the medium section, because this is again more like a tinted moisturizer, I would say, and usually with this kind of texture they don't tend to give you a lot coverage. So I would say in that category this actually gives a lot more coverage than a normal tinted moisturizer. And I don't want to say they do put on very nicely on the face. It doesn't have any issue of the patches, dryness, or any like section that I get too oily and uncomfortable that I want to take off this makeup. It doesn't cause me breakout yet. I don't see any breakout. I will leave a comment down below if I encounter any of the issue on the face with getting itchy or any reaction to the face, but so far I don't have any reaction to it. But with this tinted moisturizer, I would say this shade right now, it doesn't work for my skin tone because it's more of a tan color. But with the light medium, I compare them side by side to my face, it's lighter than my neck color. So I'm like somewhere in between. I feel like this shade will match me if I have a little bit tan on my face, which is towards to like a springtime. And then second of all, I noticed there's a little issue of my face looking a little bit rough with my natural oil come through. I'm not sure if you guys can see in the camera, my skin underneath the foundation, it kind of enlarged my pores. I don't know if any of you who wear this foundation, you guys have this issue. I feel like with a lot of foundation, I don't have this issue. And when I was using my phone to take picture, a selfie, it kind of just enhanced my large pores. So again, I am someone who have large pores, but usually with my normal foundation that I've been loving in last year, I don't have any issue with this foundation that enhance my pore size. But with this foundation, I just feel like it kind of makes my skin a little bit rough than what it actually looks like. So I would say this is the second downside of it. And the third one, again, it might not be able to work out for me to someone who wear this foundation throughout the whole day if I'm out the door, because it just gets me a little bit oily. But during the winter time, I feel like it's fine. But again, I do love the coverage. This is more like an everyday makeup look, a very light finish of a tinted moisturizer. So that is all my review on this foundation, and I hope you guys enjoy watching this video, and I do hope this video helped you guys to pick out this foundation or not. So this is my review on how it looks on my semi-oily skin during this winter time. I hope you guys enjoy, and don't forget to give me a big thumbs up here to support me, and also subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye guys.